Hey everyone, and welcome back for episode 2 of the Empire of Cado. Sorry for the wait, in real life stuff came up. Abigail will not be with us tonight because it is Mother's Day and they have plans with their family. But we will explain what Adira is doing when we get to the episode. But before we do, and before we recap what happened 3, 4 weeks ago, let's go around and introduce ourselves. Give your name, your pronouns, character name, and character pronouns. And I guess we'll do ancestry and class again since it's been so long. And we'll start with Jet.
God. Yo, what up? I'm Jet. I'm Kaz Pingu. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm Kaz Pingu on all socials. Today I'm playing Pyro, whose pronouns are he, they. And Pyro is a Qatari warrior.
It
He's a
Javante.
DILF.
He is a DILF, and we love that. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Javante.
Have a disease. Sorry. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary fighties, and hellions of all walks of life. My name is Javante. Pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Mzee Malezi, a wild-born Simia guardian, whose pronouns are also he, him.
Perfect. Amber.
Hi, everybody. My name is Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. My pronouns are they, she, and I am playing Droxy, whose pronouns are also they, she. Droxy is a Slyborn Fawn Ranger with the Wayfinder specification. So we are just finding our way and hating our parents, and happy Mother's Day to everybody.
And Casper.
Lucio, I'm Casper, the MB Ghost. I cannot take off this mask. I apologize. It just be a whole thing. I am playing Nam Gozier, a Slyblorn Clank Rogue Nightwalker. I play a mannequin assassin that came to life and is now
Hell yeah.
baby.
Yeah, we love it. And then Abigail is playing Adira, our heir. What's their official title? Let me get their full official title. It's very long. Dira, heir regent of Denis and Duchess of Seriad, is not going to be here today. But to go follow her, I will throw her socials in the chat as well. And then I am Paige, and I will be playing everybody else today. But with that, get to our recap. So, first episode, we kind of introduced all our players, went around the Empire to their various kingdoms. We got to see a little bit of the dynamic with Pyro and their former wife and kid and interactions with King Yale in the court there. We saw a very heated family rivalry between King Mazan and Mazie with the Semyakan group. And then the very interesting dynamic between Dratzi, Adira, and Nam with the, secret marriage and mannequin love child. We love it. And as we all got to the banquet and we started to talk and get ready to have fun and as the banquet was winding down and the emperor was giving his speech, the emperor was stabbed through the back by his own son. And that's where we're going to pick up our episode. As everyone is the room is dead silent as this dagger is pulled out. You can hear the squelch with how silent the room is. And as it happens, the king's son looks around for a second, twitches, and his eyes roll in the back of the head and passes out behind the emperor as the emperor's body slams into the table before chaos erupts in the banquet hall. Commoners are screaming. There's people fainting through the crowd. 3 of you notice. The only one who does not notice this is Dratzi because they rolled the lowest on the pre-check roll before the session. You all see Adira's magic surge as they have a traumatic response to this and pass out slamming into the table as well. Pyro, if you're no, it was the 21 was Nam, I believe. Nam, if you're 21, you see that Princess Irana Dratzi's sister, as well as Teen Mazan, notice this.
Okay.
But but yeah, as everyone's kind of the commoners all running around, you see Duke Terrell II, the other son of the Emperor, stand up and slowly approach the situation. His dad is at the Emperor's side, crying over the body. The son is still kind of twitching after doing the act, and as Duke Terrell approaches the table, he just slams a fist, and the room goes silent again. I need the Imperial Guard here now. Escort the commoners out of the hall immediately. We will reconvene in the morning. The rest of you, he points to like all of you up at the front banquet hall, stay here. The church will be here soon. We are going to get to the bottom of what happened here. And he storms out looking very angry to his chambers. And then as you see the Imperial Guard start to swarm in, mass of like red and black armor and gold and bronze armor of the Nation Guard as well, start escorting everyone out. You're all just left in the silence of this now empty banquet, as you see a couple of the guard cover the Emperor's body and escort it out, as well as put the king on a stretcher as well and take him out as well. What would you all like to do?
Would my daughter have been taken out with the commoners quotations?
Yeah, they would have left with everyone else.
Okay, good. Like my child should not be around this.
As important as your Ets think she is technically not part of like the upper crust.
I will go and protect Mother.
Yeah, you see Adira is unresponsive.
Yeah, I'm gonna basically just like blanket her and make sure she stays okay.
Yeah, she should her or she's stable. It just seems that like something with her magic surge. And as you is looking her over, you see a couple of the utensils near her have come to life. And they just kind of wave at you. With like it literally looks like fucking Forky from Toy Story. It looks like little arms and googly eyes as they like look up at you and wave, and then kind of go lay back down next to their new mother.
I signal that she is okay to Droxy, but I don't say anything.
Droxy was about to leap over the table to protect Adira, but saw that Nom was on top of it, and just glad that Nom was able to act quickly. Instead, I think Droxy wants to see about so I have an ability called Gifted Tracker.
Okay.
So I make a spell cast roll to track or ask the GM one question I'd be able to learn about a specific creature or group of creatures based on the signs of their passage. So I would love to kind of use this as a way to like track the path they went, like the sun went, so that we can maybe pursue properly.
The son that left.
Yeah.
Yeah, even with like it's pretty easy to track. He went straight up the hall, the main hall, and you saw him go up. You can see that he went up the Imperial staircase leading up to the top floors. You can assume he went to like either an office or his quarters.
Okay, and that's the one that stabbed the emperor, right?
That's the other one, the younger son. The one who stabbed the Emperor was put on a stretcher and taken out. So you can assume he's been taken to like the med bay.
Okay. Sorry, so much happened all at once that my little ADHD squirrel brain
it
was not
is
able to
fair.
hold on to any of the nuts.
Yeah, the Emperor's body as well as Prince Regent Erden, his son, were escorted out after the incident. And then the younger son, Duke Terrell, is the one who took over, said all that, and then left.
Okay. Then, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then I would like to see like I would like to just signal to Nam like I'm following, because I would love to hear what this like younger son is doing, just calmly leaving the room.
Give me a this would be something to do with politics. So we'll say a knowledge roll.
Okay.
You're high enough in the politics that you might know some stuff about him.
Okay, I got a 15 and fear was my highest.
Okay. The main thing you know about Duke Terrell is that he, as the spare, was not really in a lot of the political circles. He actually
Mm.
was very wide known, not appreciated the politics and like pompousness of it all, and is more of a scholar. So he probably wasn't as close to his dad and his brother because they probably spent more time together. So that might be
Mhm.
why he's able to be a little more calm and level headed about it. But you don't know him personally enough to really know much more than that.
It is still bizarre as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, is he like talking to anybody?
He left the room completely.
Oh,
And headed up. Like you saw as he went up, you saw him go up the staircase. Like he went up to his quarters. He said he was going to be back once the church arrived.
okay. All right. I'm gonna think about what I want to do.
You're fine. Anyone else want to do anything?
I want to quickly get my eyes over to King Mzan to see
Mm-hmm.
what he is doing.
You see, he looks amused at the situation. And just seems to still be eating. Everyone else is kind of like panicking or talking or gossiping about what's happening. He's still sitting at his chair, hasn't moved, and is still eating dinner.
It's obviously about right. I'm going to calmly pick up a red pepper and just munch a little bit just to think about what I want to do next and stay defensively near the people I call my allies.
Fair enough. Anything for you, Pyro?
He's just kind of sitting calm. He probably would have checked Adira's pulse to make sure that she's like still alive and like just passed out.
Yeah,
But
the Earth's pulse is steady. Doesn't seem to be anything alarming.
so he's not worried. I mean, he's stressing a little because
Right.
probably paperwork and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also what? the it's a whole process that's gotta happen. So he's kind of like mentally in his brain just making like a
Yeah, and even as you look back to like see if King Gale would want anything or need you to do, or Monarch Gale would need you to do anything, you see Gale is just in discussion with King Dolnik from the Dwarven Nation, as well as Queen Cassandra from the Elf Nation. The three of them have like got into like a little council and are off to the side discussing what happened. We'll say. So you guys are kind of getting your bearings. About 10, 15 minutes later, um, Duke Terrell reenters, accompanied by the full council from the church. So there's a high priest and seven cardinals that kind of all in like the same white robes. With the high priest has like red what's it called? The thing that priests like wear around like a collar type thing that like kind of hangs over.
Oh, not a habit. Wait, yeah.
I think that might be what it's called. I don't know, but it's just red hangs down. It has the church symbol on it, and he's in the front. Um, the high priest is a ribbit, kind of middle aged ribbit, um, black and green like poison dart frog with a little goatee. As he
Oh.
leads the Cardinals in, and alongside King Duke Terrell, you see the captain of the Imperial Guard, Knight Commander Otnir, which I added character art for in the campaign notes. He is a giant, and he
That's
is
a good spot
about
to open up.
10 foot tall and is just a hulking mass of muscle. Like his arm, he doesn't wear a chest plate because there's not a chest plate big enough to cover his frame. It's like just two massive shoulder plates that are kind of held together by straps and a giant hammer. That's about the hammer itself, probably about 7 foot from top to base. But do Terrell approaches all of you? Okay. The peerage and the commoners have best escorted to either back to the city itself or to their quarters. You all know High Priest James here.
Mm-hmm.
As well as the rest of the church. We need to figure out where we're going to go from here. We are still in the process of needing a new emperor. But we need to see if we can find out who my dad's choice was, as well as investigate what the hell happened.
Did we not already see what happened?
We did, but it's also not normal what happened to my brother after as well. It just doesn't feel right.
There is no easy solution in this place, is there?
Never is. With that, the Wheats festivities, I think, to keep calm with everything, need to continue. I will take my father's place and run and everything because my other father is unconsolable at the moment, to put it lightly. The cardinals here, as well as the priests, will be in charge of investigations. They might have questions for all of you. They might have questions for the commoners. Their people will be around investigating, so please cooperate. Everyone in this room is important, and I have at least a working relationship of trust with all of you. So if you all find anything as well, let me know. We'll try to get to the bottom of this. But we need to keep the peace while we work on this transition and find out who attacked my family. And he kind of scours the room and he sees Adira would he looks at Nam, the different Nam's title. Mir Nam, would you like to escort the regent to their quarters or the med bay? Okay. You have your leave to take them out of here if you need to, and if anyone needs to escort you as well.
I'm gonna pick her up and move very far away from the frogman.
Very fair. I should describe the cardinals behind him as well. So the cardinals each represent one of the 7 gods that you guys would know of. There is a fairy named Enra. Looks very young, and is like ladybug themed. So like red and black carapace with like the black and red dots like all over their body. There is a Galapa, which is a turtle person named Franklin. Very, very, very old tortoise. You not sure if he knows what's going on to even like as he's standing around just kind of dazedly looking. There's a fun girl named Fern who is just completely covered in moss. It's kind of even hard to make out their features. There is a plank named Bolt. It kind of looks like the style of robot that Bender is from Futurama, but the lower half is just one giant wheel. There is a human named Phil, who is literally, if you think basic cis white guy, that's what Phil looks like. I can't describe it any better than that. There's a Dracona named Scraven, who is just a gold-plated Dracona. And then a fawn named Daphne, who is very tiny, but just the same type of features that kind of Dratzi has. That's the stereotypical like fawn type features.
I'm just imagining Phil looking like Subway from Community.
Yes, totally along those lines. But yeah, you see them, they all kind of like are off to the side conversing, as James has pulled Terrell into a conversation. But Knight Commander Otnir approaches your group and towers over even as he approaches you. Hello there. I haven't met any of you yet. Knight Commander Otnir at your service. Um, I was not in the room as I was setting up security protocols. Can you guys give me a little more clarity on how the situation occurred?
Uh, yes, as best as I can surmise, of course. Um, we were just sitting down for the banquet, a lovely affair. And I gesture to the rest of the group to be like, yeah, you agree? Yeah, it was great. Yeah, uh-huh. And as we were sitting down and about to listen to the opening remarks from the Emperor, he was stabbed in the back by his oldest son, it appears. And then the son, the son, he seemed to be getting over like a possession almost. Like his eyes rolled in the back of his head. It's something I've only read about. And he fell backwards.
Did any of you see any reactions from anyone in the room that would have looked abnormal?
Well, the youngest son left the room, the spare heir, if you will.
Yeah. The Duke isn't usually in the capital. Um, he came back for the banquet. He's a little estranged from his family. He stays in his estate further up in Somme. Um, he's probably just not appreciating the responsibility that's just been thrust on him. Um,
Naturally.
but that's what we're here for. We're here to pick a new emperor. So he will have to deal with it for a week. My job's not to him, it's to the Empire. Did you guys realize with the Emperor dead, there for the Empire itself, the Knight Commander technically would be the next to like temporarily run the Empire until an Emperor is chosen this week. So he's kind of on the same level as the Duke right now for the week. I will be working with the church's people when they get here. My people will be around. Knight Commander Pyro, if any of your people can assist as well as you, Knight Commander Drotzi.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
of course.
and he looks
Um,
around and then leans in. And if any of Mir Nam's people can be a little more discreet as well and let me know.
certainly. But may I ask a huge favor of you? If I may.
Yeah.
Um, fuck, what's Adir's title again?
Air
Queen
Regent.
Regent?
Air
Air
Regent.
Regent. Air Regent Adira unfortunately has passed out around the same time as the stabbing, and I just don't want to see her disturbed at this time. I want to ensure that she has a comfortable place to rest while she's in
I think
incapacitated.
yeah, I think a couple of my men escorted Mir Nam to her quarters. I'd
Okay.
be happy to have someone lead you there as well. I know your guys' countries are kind of in an alliance leading up to this banquet and arrive together. So if you want
Yes.
to check on there or send one of your men there as well, you may. I'm just going to go around getting statements from everyone else. But you guys are free for the rest of the night. Assuming the Duke and High Priest will be up for quite a while, so they'll also be available if you need to head to their quarters. And he kind of gives you directions to where like everyone's quarters are in this room.
Mm.
But if you guys have anything else, let me know. I'm gonna go and do the rest of my debriefs, and you guys see him start to go around and talk to everyone. Kind of gets in a heated discussion with King Mazan, because King Mazan's kind of laughing off the situation. It's kind of pissing Ocknir off. So you see this 8-foot Sivia, this 10-foot giant almost square off before some people like diffuse it, and then he storms off.
I'm going to head over to King Mazan at this point now.
Well, there you are. Enjoying the entertainment. I didn't think we'd get to the bloodshed so early. I was waiting for the joust tomorrow.
It is in times like this that using discretionary tactics are far more applicable in these situations. You could at least pretend to care.
Why should I care? We're just gonna leave at the end of the week, head home. They're not gonna pick anyone from our country to run this stupid empire.
It's not a matter of that, but it is a matter of appearances.
Appearances. Sound just like the
We
old man.
he had some good ideas. Some of them were that, despite our strength, we need allies. It is not good to be making enemies.
If we get enemies, that just means more fights for me.
More fights for you and our people. I can only be a shield for so many.
It's okay. You're getting close to retirement age. We can find your replacement soon enough. Speaking of shield, I want you in the melee tomorrow. I'm entering myself, and it's been quite a while since we sparred.
Suppose this counts as keeping up appearances? Fine.
Yeah, from what the kids said, we're still doing this week, so prepare for the tournament tomorrow. We have the joust, we have the archery contest, we have the melee. Like, we're still gonna have fun tomorrow. Who cares about the investigation? They'll figure that out on their own.
At least for the sake of making sure that I do not have to defend from another knife to the back. Try to at least have a semblance of giving a shit about the situation.
Well, since you seem to care so much about appearances and you are my shield, so to speak, you can handle all that ambassador type stuff for me. I don't really care. Just let me know if there's anything important I need to sign off on. Give your full cooperation to the giant and communicate with everyone else. I'll be in my quarters, and you see him just like fill up. It's not a plate. He grabs like one of the serving boards, fills it up with food, and then just like takes it and gestures to the rest of your contingent and leaves the hall.
Fuck
As
this
you
guy.
as you command. And I will return to the rest of the group and kind of annoyingly re-sit myself at the table and just prop my head on one of my hands. Just I know it is not my kingdom, at least. Far too stubborn to do things the simplest of ways.
Pyro is also probably gonna go check in with Monarch Gale.
Yeah. You just head over to Yale. You see him and the other leaders are kind of conversing, and as he sees you approach, he kind of waves them off and heads over to you. Knight Commander, this is a interesting situation we found ourselves in.
Yep.
I've been talking to the other contingents. I want you, as well as Knight Commander Dratzi and Mir Nam, to assist with the deliberations. The rest of us will talk to the Air Regent whenever she awaits to see her opinion on stuff, but we're kind of giving each of our Knight Commanders full authority to help out with any investigations. Um, your second in command will be handling my personal bodyguard while you are freed up for this. But if I need anything from you, I will let you know. The queen told me to let you know that your daughter and her sister were escorted to their quarters safely, so no need to worry that. And he gave you like the address in town where they're at.
Okay. Um. I'm trying to think of the words, but my brain is not. It's soup right now. Thanks for the orders, and then heads back.
Like the address.
You know how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it would be
My brain.
I'll have to look where I put it. It would be Your Majesty. Because he's a monarch.
Oh yeah.
Because they're a monarch. As
Yeah.
you will. And he just kind of goes back to their little group, and like all the other leaders besides Dude Terrell and obviously Adira have been like just holding court this whole time. But as Gale breaks off to talk to you, Princess Irana also breaks off from the group and heads over to you, Dratzi. Sister,
Sister, are you okay?
I'm fine. Stuff a little more chaotic than I was expecting for a first banquet for our nation, but can't say I'm too surprised.
Certainly, it's an introduction with style.
Sure is. And our new ally had an interesting reaction as well. I don't know if you. She kind of looks around and leans out. I don't know if you noticed Air Regent's reaction, but their magic seemed to be a little more chaotic than we were led to believe.
Droxy bites her tongue and just nods.
It's a good thing for
Yes,
us.
it's quite shocking to see
Yeah.
that.
It gives us something to work with in this alliance. It could be our betterment.
How do you mean? I hope you're not implying what I think you're implying.
I'm not implying anything. It's just good to have knowledge on a potential ally that could be used to our advantage. Especially with the church here now. You know how they react to more uncivilized forms of magic.
There's nothing uncivilized about the magic Air Regent Adira possesses.
I mean, if you say so. But like I said, it's just good to know for now.
Sister, may I escort you safely to your quarters to ensure that you are not. Bless you, bless you, Javante.
Yeah, that would be great.
You're welcome. Yes, I just want to ensure that you are safely returned and are not subject to any of the proceedings that will be going on down here this evening.
Fair
I don't
enough.
want you to worry.
She leans in. My real knight commander is waiting for me in my quarters, so they can handle my protection for the week while you help out with all of this. But yes, escort me to my quarters. I'm assuming you want to check in on our allies and your friend. But I am tired, so let's head back.
I turn to Pyro and I say, I will be just a moment and I will return. I'm just ensuring that my sister makes it safely to her quarters.
He'll give you like a one of those little like official like head nods, like a got you.
One of the that we did.
That y'all did. I was too tired this morning to take a picture.
Valid. I was still covered in glitter from yesterday.
As they walk down the hall or whatever to come towards Adira, can I appear in can I mark a stress and appear in Droxy's shadow?
Is this
Because
an
that's an ability I have.
yeah? You can
And
totally do
whisper
that.
and whisper in her ear, enemies die.
I'm going to assume you've done this enough that Drossy doesn't just get scared shitless that you appear behind them.
Yeah.
That's-
I turn my head slightly as to not like alarm my sister to your presence. And just say, where? Where?
I was specifically referencing your sister because because she's scheming against my mother.
Oh, I thought you said enemies guy, and I was like, what guy?
No, enemies die.
Yes. Yes. Later.
I will disappear back into shadow. I'll mark another stress because I'm a dramatic bitch.
I mean, mark as much stress as you want. I won't stop you. I'm assuming you're just going to peer back into Adira's room then?
Yes.
Okay, cool. But yeah,
I don't want you to kill my sister yet. We're still early in the game.
This is a very, like, basic medieval, like, castle. So they lead you off to, like, one of the towers, which is for, like, important dignitaries. And lead you to the floor marked for your people.
Before they arrive, because I just like marking stress. I'm reading my moves and I'm like, okay, why not? Can I use uncanny disguise to disguise myself as like a different guard so the sister doesn't get to make any snotty remarks about me?
Yeah, so you just want to like come out and approach the two of them as they come up as like just a random guard from the nation.
NPC guard number 3.
Yeah, you just appear as like a very neutral looking fawn as they approach the corner.
Would I recognize you though through the disguise?
Yes, you have seen this form before.
Okay.
You have seen this mask that I've made before.
A small grin, like a small smile, quirks up on the edge of Droxy's mouth in recognition. Thank you for the escort, guard. Random guard NPC number 3.
My lady. I do my bows and just wait outside as they head in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys head into the quarters. It's like a whole suite for, and it's just since it's really just you and your sister from like your court. You guys pretty much have this whole area to yourselves. I will retire to my room, for the night. Just be quiet when you enter in later after your discussions and duties. If you need anything, ask my commander over here. And you see there, the night commander for her, like the actual guard is just standing outside her door. Another Fawn's, very like tall, bulky Fawn, who just kind of nods at you but doesn't really say anything as she just crosses her arms, standing by the door as the princess enters her chambers.
I the night guard, and not night guard, whatever. I eye him and just go, and then leave. I have nothing to say.
There's nothing to say to you either.
Bye, bitch, is what I have to say.
Yeah, you head out the door and you see Nom still in their disguise waiting for you to lead you to Adira's room.
I would love if I can, Nom, to take your hand and just squeeze it like in thanks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
And then as you walk back to the thing, I will follow an appropriate 5 steps behind because I am a lowly NPC knight number 3. Um, and until we get back to the banquet hall, until like an hour passes and my mask falls off.
Yeah, as you two get back to Adira's room, Adira's sleeping peacefully in their bed. No more magic seems to be leaking off of them. Um, but they just seem to be at ease right now.
I just gently place a little kiss on Adira's forehead, grateful that she's safe and intact and no other magic is leaking off of her at this time. And take Nom in a big hug and just like
Are you all right, mother?
I'll be fine. This has just been a very trying hour. But this is what we signed up for, isn't it?
And since it has been an hour and my face has changed back, we return.
We return.
Okay, perfect.
Find killer?
Not Prince.
Not Prince. Absolutely not.
But yes, while that was going on, back down to the banquet hall with Pyro and Mazee. Is there anything like the two of you would want to be doing in this hour that the two of them are gone?
So if I have authority here, I'm going to kind of just like detective mode.
Yeah, you can still scour in the room if you would like.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like kind of I'm gonna go up and kind of like inspect the body, if I'm able to, because I feel like people, I don't know. I want to also like check around for like exits, because if this guy was under like a mind control or something when he killed the king, then I want to see maybe if there were like a way for the person who put the person on the spell to escape if possible. I don't know.
So the body would be in the med bay, but in this room in particular, you can check exits, windows, doors. You can check the tables to see if there was anything of note around your guys' area, as well as just the general banquet hall, because people were moving around the hall for the dancing and like networking during the actual event. So even your table was down there with the peerage moving around for a while. So you can do like a general investigation check. Let's see, what is that called in this? It would be I would say that would be an analyze or a perceive check, your choice, based on what you rolled. What I'll give you. If you're kind of scoping out the area, it would be perceive, which would be instinct. If you're just trying to get more minute details, then it could be a knowledge roll.
Okay, I'll do a knowledge roll in this one.
Okay.
Um, 8, and fear was my highest.
An 8 and fear was the highest. Okay, yeah, so you don't really find much, honestly. With the chaos of everything that happened, the floor and the banquet floor itself is a mess. It's just kind of shit's like scattered across. And even up top when the Emperor kind of fainted on top of stuff, everything kind of got scattered around there as well. So it's kind of hard to just give it a general glance. Maybe if you had magic, it could look more, but It's really hard to make out anything. You do note the exits. There's a couple doors behind where you guys were sitting. There's high windows around the hall, and then like the main exit up front.
Okay. Would probably go back to my chambers after that.
Okay. Z, anything you want to do here?
On the grounds that he fully knows that he is not the smartest person here, and that others are probably much smarter and have a better handle of the investigation side of things, he will head to his chamber and kind of stew over what's going on. He will also probably start arranging things in a way to make sure that his chamber is secure because he does not trust this place.
Cool. You can add your quarters and kind of get a feel of the area for your contingent. Your specific doesn't really have a guard because your king doesn't think he needs one. So you're pretty much it for the royal family. Your position, the shield, is literally the equivalent of a full guard.
Yep.
Which is why you are so much gray fur mixed in your fur.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like moving furniture around to be like, okay, this could be a potential area for people to go in. Place this here, so where only like the door is the entrance primarily.
So
So like even near windows, he's like,
yeah, and the tower that the whole royal contingent in is, they did put your guys' contingent on the very top floor because they felt it would be most appropriate for you guys, most at home.
that's fair. He's like, that's fair, except when it comes to some of us bigger Smia. But yeah, he's like any windows that he sees, he's putting like a dresser near it or like in front of it, so where maybe the top part of it is visible, but if anybody tried to go through there, they wouldn't be able to. And he is going to just pull a big chair up into the front of the room where he can see the door and watch.
Perfect. But yeah, as you head off and Dratzi and Nam head back down, is there anything the two of you would like to do before the night's over?
Are there any more dignitaries down there that were sitting maybe closer to to what am I trying to say?
Like to the Emperor?
Yeah.
Besides his husband, the closest person to him on his other side was Queen Cassandra of the elf contingent.
And is she here?
Yeah, she's still there. She's still talking to Monarch Gale as well as your sister. Well, not your sister, but the Dwarven King, King Dolnik. You see all of their partners have already left the hall, though, as well as most of the contingents. It's mostly just the three of them, the two of you, a couple of the cardinals, and Knight Commander Othniel are left in here at the moment. Everyone else is kind of scattered.
I turn to Nam and I just, what should we do? What's your opinion?
We're friends.
Hmm?
We're friends.
I'm not sure. I told Pyro we'd be back soon. And Z maybe went back up. Think we should head back to sleep?
Find friends. Nam's gonna go I'm gonna spend all of my stress just popping in on people because this is gonna be fun.
It's fair. You are going to bed after this, so like you're not getting it all back.
Exactly. So I'm gonna pop in on Mazie
Okay.
Entering through the shadows, the one thing he didn't defend.
Missy, give me a perceive roll to
I'm
see
sorry?
if you pick this up enough not to like immediately like attack Nom.
That is a good idea. Give me one moment while the thing loads. There we go. A perceive roll. That is a. Oh, wait, hold on. Did not roll that. Yeah, roll. That is an 8 with fear.
Okay, so what does Nom say as they appear out of the shadows, and then what is Mazid's response being surprised out of you?
Wait, I have a move. Wait, how does experience work?
If you have hope, you can spend experience to then add it to a roll.
Okay, cool. So I can't use my experience to like knock off his thing because I've got a experience that says "Don't look at me," which is like my whole thing is I'm not supposed to be perceived.
I'll let you make a charm roll. The role for Mazee was more just to see if they recognized you doing this, so they would know it was a friend and not an enemy approaching them.
Okay.
But if you
Um.
wanna if you wanna spend hope and still use that experience, I'll let you roll a charm to try to beat that roll so that they don't immediately like react to you.
Okay. Yeah. Which one would? Oh, there. I found charm.
Yeah, it's under presence.
Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna spend a hope,
Mm-hmm.
and since my presence is a beautiful number of -1,
Oh.
Mm.
uh,
So you just add your "don't look at me" to that.
yeah, which would make it a +2 instead of a +3. Um, it's okay. It's a 12.
Well, I mean, it did beat it because they rolled shit.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so Mazee, what does Nom say as they appear out of Mazee's shadow?
Friend.
Happy place. Hello, Nom.
I surprise you?
Yes. Yes, you did. I am a bit on edge.
What learn?
My king is, if I were a betting man, not involved in this.
Hmm. He live.
I would not. Between you and I would not necessarily mind if something unfortunate happened to him, but I would rather do it myself.
Nom inflates and immediately deflates.
How is your mother?
Is safe. Both mom safe.
If you need any help, let me know. I am more than just my kingdom shield.
Same friend. And he offers you a very stiff gloved hand.
He will take it and do the, instead of the hand, like the full wrist, and just do the
Your hand like eats their full arm. It's definitely.
Yeah. Um with that, he's probably going to disappear back into the shadows and then reappear next to Adrena.
Adira.
Adira, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. And just kind of
I just call her
stay
mom. I don't know her real name.
and just kind of post up, just kind of post there for the night.
Yeah. I'm going to sleep there.
You do hear a rattle from the bed, and you see the full cutlery set that Adira animated is literally cuddling up next to her in the bed, also protected Adira. Literally, like two forks, two spoons, and a knife. I'll just kind of lay it next to her on the bedspread.
I tuck them all in.
Oh.
That's adorable. And I think with that, as the night closes, we will take our break. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes all and continue with the next day. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Before the break, we had the fallout of the murder of the Emperor. The church has arrived. The Knight Commander for the Imperial Guard has pretty much debriefed everyone that was left in the room, and then you guys have kind of all been put in charge of your investigations. The four of you technically are like all part of the Knight Commanders and like their associates. The only one of you who's actually part of the peerage is the one that's not here. But you guys have all been tasked to help out with Othniel's investigation, as well as any of the members of the church. But as I said, the next day, the tournament will still be going on for the second day of the festivities for the selection week, and week was also to celebrate the Emperor's reign. So see how that goes. But as we get to the next day, we'll say that as you guys all awake, the different servants of the castle come to your guys' quarters and let you know that there's going to be a special breakfast for all of the contingents to kind of go over the plans for the week, what's going to happen today, and kind of just give you any updates. You see Adira has woken up, Nam, and she just says, oh, sorry that I scared you. I need to probably catch up with the others, the other leaders. If you can just stay by Dratzi's side, and I will meet you later with whatever's going on. But I think I'm going to skip out on the breakfast and try to talk to Knight Commander Othniel or the son, Dude Terrell, and get kind of caught up. But she pulls you into a hot nom, and then Adira will like get dressed and head off.
Followed by the utensils.
Yeah, followed by the utensils. They're all like in one of her pockets.
So I will, as she leaves, I will find a shadow, because I'm dramatic.
Okay.
And disappear. I'm gonna mark a stress to disappear into the shadow and like reappear into Droxy's shadow again.
Okay.
And give a full report of what Adira is doing.
Okay, so she's awake and moving and does not seem to be feeling any ill effects from her magic surge. One, thank you so much for telling me of your your other mother's feeling. I'm glad she's okay. I wish that we could be spending time with her. How are you feeling?
I am glad. I do not mourn.
Say that again. So sorry, man. ADHD is so bad today. Wow. Say that again.
I am glad I do not mourn.
Oh, yes. Very glad we're not mourning.
See?
Can
And how he'll show you the new face he made.
it looks amazing. I can't wait for you to scare everyone with it later.
If he could beam, he would. He did not draw a smile that big.
You're absolutely terrifying, my son.
I feel like Dratzi and Adira specifically they can pick up the different minute body languages to know how that you're beaming or any like expressions of those sorts, no matter what face you have on.
Shall we go in, meet the other dignitaries?
And he's going to mark another stress to go disguise self and be faceless NPC number 6.
Sounds good. Um, Jonte. As does Mazid literally just stay out in the main room the whole night?
Yeah, he's like, I'm defending this whole area, so I'm gonna be right here.
Do you think he would have passed out at some point, or do you power through the night? If you power
He
through
would
the
have
night, I'll let you do so. You'll set the mark of stress.
he would
Stay
have
up.
passed out.
Okay.
He is not as strong as he is, as determined as he is an old man. He is
So Mazzy wakes up the next day, passed out in the chair from a kit to the shin. Old man. A little paranoid in your old age there? You see King Mazan in his full like dress, his full armor for the day because of the tournament.
We just had an assassination upon the Emperor. Paranoia is good.
Yeah, you could have slept in your quarters. What was going to get through that? He points to the barricade that you've made in front of the door, like everything in this room.
He's thinking about the person that did get through that last night that just appeared in my shadow. Hmm. Weirder things have happened.
Well, I'm gonna go wake up my daughter and her husband, and the queen is getting ready in the other room. Just trying to remove all this so we can head out here soon.
Yes, sir. What is the plan for today? As I'm going to start moving the dressers back to their original place.
As you move the dressers to the place, there is a knock on the door because the servants could not enter your quarters.
Just calmly opens it.
You see a guard, another giant, but a little more lanky. About like probably by your eye level this time. There is going to be a breakfast for all the contingents downstairs. Can I go over the plans? Duke Terrell will be there as well as some of the church. They just wanted to let everyone know. So head down as soon as you're able to, please.
Will do. Thank you.
Of course. And he just bows and heads off. And at this point, you see the king walk back into his quarters with his daughter as Prince Z comes out and greets you. Well, that was a night.
One might say that, yes.
Yeah, I had to stick by the wife's side, obviously after what happened last night. But what do you think of everything?
Hmm. What do I think, or what am I told to think?
What do you think? Like you're the only other. He looks around intelligent conversation here. Would like to know your opinion on matters.
If there's one thing about royal issues that I take problems with, it is that everything is too complicated. Nothing is ever simple. There is something behind this, but as far as who is involved, could be a myriad of options.
Yeah, I mean, killing the emperor the week he's supposed to choose someone to take his spot. I mean,
Throws the whole place into chaos. Gives somebody a chance to rise into power.
like if we can't, like, what's the protocol if we can't find his choice anywhere?
Hmm. What would be the protocol? Would I know that?
Give me a knowledge roll.
Shit. Good old zero in that. Let's go. Oh, 13 with hope.
You don't know the specific details. You just know that the church would be involved in some way.
That would be up to the church, as far as I know.
Great.
Either way, as long as we keep up appearances, show condolences where you can, try not to act like the king in these circumstances.
Yeah, I think the team's more concerned with fighting today than anything else. I'm gonna be shadowing the queen and my wife throughout the day. But just let me know if you need anything.
Just keep an eye on them and yourself. It is not exactly, we may not be the targets, but there's enough chaos happening that we might be. And I
Yeah.
would hate to lose someone like you. Just a big old one hand on top of his head ruffles the hair.
He grins. Appreciate it. I am going to have to go refix my hair now, but I appreciate you all the same. And he heads back off into his quarters, and the continued starts to gather, and you guys head down.
Yeah, I'm
And as
gonna
we
grab my gauntlets as we're going and quickly fit them back on.
head back to Pyro's quarters, as you're getting up for the morning, you see Monargale and their wife, as well as their bodyguard for the week, has already headed off. But you are awoken by a knock on not the door to the like quarters, but to your room specifically.
I'll open it.
As you open the door, there's just a small flash of fur before you're tackled into your bed by your child.
Oh my God, what do I name my child?
That's also what I'm looking for right now. So you're attacked by
Ruby?
Ruby. As Ruby tackles you into the bed with your at Eden entering the room behind. Dad, what happened? Are you okay?
I'm I'm fine. I'm gonna be very busy now, but I'm all right. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. We had to kind of rush out. We're staying like just outside the castle. But is the emperor okay? What happened? There was a knife in his chest.
The emperor is no longer with us, but um we're finding a replacement this week.
Your aunt
And
stands like walks over. Yeah, honey, don't worry. The adults will take care of all that. Why don't you go wait out in the suite while I talk to your dad here? Okay, that's fine. Um, I'll just be out there, waiting. And then they just get and give Pyro and Les hug and then run into the main room and close the door behind them. And she takes a seat in one of the chairs in your room. So, I have not been able to talk to my sister or anyone else yet. I heard him straight here. What what's the situation like?
um well, the emperor is dead. He was murdered. And we believe that uh his son that killed him was probably under the influence of somebody's magic. Um so
Hmm. Was there any leads, any ideas of anything? None of
I'm
the rest of
not
the
too
peerage is
sure.
allowed to really know anything.
I'm gonna look into it more this morning.
Okay. Um, I know there's some type of breakfast or something for all of you. Um, my sister told me to let you know as she left as I got here. That you're supposed to be down there with them soon, but um, I'm gonna take Ruby out to the city and try to get her mind off everything. And I guess I'll see you at the ceremony later.
Yep.
Okay. Just be safe.
You as well.
She kind of just awkwardly nods and heads off with your daughter.
Just it's just awkward.
It's
I
so
don't know.
awkward. So much tension in the room. And you like just woke up, like you were still like probably in sleep clothes, but you were tackled to the bed, so she's like fully like in her gown for the day.
Yep.
But we'll say you all head down and you get to like a smaller chamber offside of the banquet hall, which was meant for like more like family meals, which is where they're holding court for everybody. You see this just kind of like a buffet set up for you guys to just grab food and head over to your seats and kind of it's very informal of a meeting. Um, from the church here, the priest is not here, as well as Knight Commander Ocknir are not here. But what you do see, you see Duke Terrell. You see the different rulers for each of the countries, minus Adira, as well as Cardinal Cardinal Phil and Cardinal Franklin are the two from the contingent, the very old tortoise and basic white human NPC. Welcome everyone. Grab some food, grab a seat. Kind of go over the gist of what me and the priest went over last night, and get an idea of what we're going to do for this week. I have my men scouring the castle, my dad's chambers, his office. I'm going to talk to my other dad later to see if we can get a basis of who he had in mind to choose for the new emperor. Otherwise, I don't know if everyone knows, the decision would pass to the church, as well as the oldest of the line. So it would be me, the priest, and the 7 cardinals would be a majority vote on who we would want to be emperor, if that's the case. As my line cannot be chosen, so I get to be part of the vote. Hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we can honor my dad's wishes and find out who he voted for, or who he had in mind at least. But the ceremony at midday to announce the tournament will still go on. We have the melee, the joust, and archery contest all set up still. We're going to try to still, instead of just a general celebration of his rule, more of a memoriam now of his life. It's going to try to follow the same schedule. There'll be various performances during the week. There'll be banquets. There'll be a masquerade ball still at the end of the week, the last day before the selection ceremony on Saturday morning. So going to try to keep things as normal as possible to not freak out the civilians. Does anyone have any suggestions or questions or anything of the like before we kind of get ready for the day today?
Say that there's another attempt on someone's life here in a similar manner.
Mm-hmm.
What should we do?
My commander, Othnier, will be on high alert with the Imperial Guard, as well as the Royal Guard of Som as well, to hopefully prevent another occurrence. He is not here right now because he is with the priest catching up Air Regent Adira, and kind of going over stuff with her. We are still kind of looking into what happened to my brother, as well as, I mean, yourself, as well as the other knight commanders here. And I don't really know your official title, Mazie, but I'm assuming you as well are going to be looking into things. So you all have full authority to look into everything as your title demands. But hopefully we can prevent another occurrence like that happening. Anyone else? Kane Mazan stands up. Yeah, how long is this going to take today? I kind of just want to get to the tournament. Dude, Terrell literally just full on dragged his hand down his face. Yes, Kane Mazan, we got your excitement over that last night. The tournament will happen later tonight at around 6. If you can just contain your excitement till then, there'll be, I'm sure, there'll be very eager people waiting to battle you later on.
Z does not try to hide that he physically cracks his knuckles through the gauntlets.
As you do that, you look across the table to what is their title? This is let's see. Over at Monarch Gale's child, Excellency Drop, who just has a very bloodthirsty grin at that and makes eye contact with you. Drop's in full plate armor, but Drop is like 5 foot tall.
As a thing, when great apes simia like smile, they tend to not show their teeth because that's still like an aggression sign. So if he has huge toothy grin, Umzi responds with just like a little half smile and then like tilts his head to crack his neck. You'll have to forgive my king. He is accustomed to how we do things.
Fair enough. The dude looks over at him. Just a little decency wouldn't be amiss. My dad did just die last night, Your Majesty. So please try to contain your excitement.
Look over to him and just mouth appearances.
He visibly rolls his eyes and just sits back down. The contest tonight will still go as planned. We will still have the general prizes when these kind of things go on. The winner of the archery contest, if they please, will either have a seat on the new Empire Council or can assign it to someone else if they already have a ranking of their own. The melee. Now that this isn't a selection, we decided the winner of the melee can cast a vote if they would like for the new emperor. If we cannot find out who the choice was, but if you choose to do so, you are out of the running. And then there's just a general cash prize for the winner of the joust from the coffers here. So we will announce all at the ceremony. I have to figure out what was all supposed to be done today. So I was not in the loop. That was my brother's job. So I will be catching up on that all morning. If you need me, I will be in my office. But you guys enjoy the breakfast here. And if you need anything, you know where to find me. And he like gets a small tray of food and heads off.
Oh, he doesn't eat with us?
Mm-mm.
That's actually pretty fucking smart. I mean, the last time that anybody ate dinner with
fair.
all of us, they died.
But it could also be suspect.
It is pretty sus. You have a look, Droxy. What is it?
Quick question. If you were to ingest poison, what would happen to you?
What a weird question.
I don't have a mouth.
Shit! Fuck, you're right. Damn it.
This is a mask. I did really good.
You see they tilt their head. There's literally nothing there.
Sorry, I just have a lot of thoughts going through my head and I forgot that you didn't have a real mouth. I'm so sorry. Amber forgot you didn't have a real mouth.
Did you
burnt a real boy.
Did you ask that question like loud enough that those near you, i.e., MZ and Pyro, could hear that?
I'm assuming the four of you are sitting next to each other just for
Yeah.
ease.
For the four of you, yeah.
And
I will.
like, I am under my fake face, under disguise self. So I'm like, I do not eat.
Right. I just, cause, never mind. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to pick up one of the drinks in front of us, give it a little sniff, and then take like a calm sip just to make sure.
Yeah,
Because
just
if it is poisoned, I am the living shield. I will take that first.
it's just water and juices around. They all taste normal.
I'm gonna look to Droxy and give a big ape thumbs up.
Yeah, you see like the breath leave their lungs. Or, just the like release of tension in their shoulders.
Take the day to not put the incidents of the past behind, but to put on a face of bravery. We cannot let whoever is responsible for this convince all of us here that everyone here is an enemy. There's only one enemy.
Hi.
They shall make a mistake.
Tournament?
Mm.
Yeah. And as breakfast concludes, you guys have a while before the ceremony, and then the tournament will start later today. Is there anything that you guys would like to do for the day? It's kind of investigating around the castle, talking to anyone specific. Is it like what would you guys like to do for your investigation for the day before the tournament itself will start going off?
Pyro wants to get a copy of everybody's statements from last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can easily go to find Knight Commander Othnier. You head up to his office. You see he's actually just leaving. You see as you look past, you see Adira is in there with the priest still getting caught up, and she kind of waves to you a little bit as he closes the door behind him. Knight Commander Pyro, how can I help you?
I was just hoping to get my hands on a copy of all the statements from last night.
Yeah, I can have some of those made for you and the rest of the investigators. Give me one moment. You see him like call over someone like this. It's like this person like mage type robes over their armor, who kind of just walks in the office, comes out with a stack of statements, and waves his hand over them, and it creates copies of each of them. Yeah, there should be about 4 copies of everything if you want to pass out to your group. And just let me know if you have any more questions. I think I got through everybody last night, and then we're just catching up the air region right now. So
That was all. Thank you very much.
yeah, of course. If you need anything else, I will probably be in here most of the day until the tournament. So okay.
And then Pyro's gonna turn back around and head back to the group, and then we can read it and do some fucking investigations.
While Pyro heads off, is anyone else doing anything?
I think I'm just going to wander the castle, like the whole castle itself, and just see what I can if there's anything of note that I'm discovering by just walking around.
Just like in general through the whole castle?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, give me a perceive roll. Would be, I believe, presence.
Doop, doop. That is instinct.
Instinct, sorry.
Roll. 11 with hope.
I mean, it's a castle. You don't really see anything of note. Even when you get to the banquet hall itself, it seems that it's been cleaned up from the night by the servants. The table for the emperor himself has been cordoned off. There's like a magical barrier around it. As you approach it, you see that you yourself can enter. So you feel like it's probably keyed to the different people that are involved in the investigation, or even to the people that were up there last night. But yeah, like I said, with all the preparations for today, you don't really find anything out of note.
I'll probably return back to the main group when I've done my share of looking around. Seeing if anything seemed out of place. Or
And then Dratzi, are you guys going to do anything while the two of them are headed out and coming back?
I would love to listen in on any of the conversations that folks are having here,
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah, give me a instinct roll. See what you
Yeah.
hear.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. That is a 23, and fear is my, well, okay. So how do crits work in this?
If it's the same on both dice.
Oh, okay. I got a 12 on fear.
So you could roll a crit if you rolled 2 12s. You could roll a crit if you rolled 2 1s. As long as both dice are the same, it's a crit.
Okay, great. Sick. Well, I got a 23 on instinct.
Okay. With fear, you said?
Yeah.
Is there anyone specifically this conversation you're trying to listen into?
Um, you said like the Elvish Queen is here?
Yeah. Queen Cassandra's here.
I would love to listen in to her combo.
Yeah, you see, she's sitting next to the Queen's consort, her wife Narana, as well as your sister, actually.
A great combo to listen to.
The gist of the conversation that you get, besides, just the general pleasantries of them they're exchanging, Queen Elizabeth asked about Adira and is trying to get more information on what happened last night. And the last thing you that really stands out to you that you notice is yeah, I did notice that your sister seemed to be very close to the Air Regent. I know your alliance is new. Did they have a prior friendship or something of sorts? I heard some stuff last night and just wanted to get confirmation. And that's what you hear of their conversation is Princess Irana's kind of just looks over, leans in, and they start kind of hushed whispers beyond what you can hear.
Droxy tries to drink their coffee as smoothly as possible, as to not betray that they heard this. But they can feel the ears twitching as an irritation of ugh.
Yeah, the last thing you hear is a derisive laugh from your sister. And we'll say
Bitches.
at that moment, Pyro and Mizzy both return to the breakfast area with Pyro with a giant stack of papers.
He'll hand them out accordingly.
When
So-
you hand the stack of papers to Nom, he flips through they flip through it, not really reading it, but it's just okay. They mimic they're reading it like a 2-year-old would be trying to read a book.
That's valid. At least they're included still.
To be clear, Nom can read. They just don't want to read this.
That's valid.
All right.
I'll take part of the stack too and start flicking through, seeing if any of the notes to catch my attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone who's looking over the notes can give me a knowledge roll to see what you guys glean from them.
Knowledge. I'm so good at smarts.
Okay, plus 0. 17 with fear.
I got an
16 with
11 with fear.
Getting all these fear points. I love you guys.
No,
I
stop.
I
I'm
got
maxed
a
out at the
20
moment.
with hope.
20 with hope. Perfect.
Hell yeah.
I got, an 11 and a 9. Fuck.
I mean, so most of the statements kind of just are literally what you guys expect them to be. You go through them all. They match up with what, I mean, you guys were right there. You saw everything happen. It's just flavored based on their personalities.
Guys, there's my statement.
Pyro, Well, you find at the end of your stat that you don't think was meant to be included. You find Knight Commander's notes on what he thinks the situation. Um, the big things that stand out. He thinks King Mazan is too dumb to have done anything. And there's just a lot of degrading comments about him specifically, and how these are personal, like a journal entry almost. Like he's enjoying that he's going to get to beat the shit out of him tomorrow during the melee. So you confirm that Knight Commander Otnir is going to be in the melee itself. Um, you see his notes about he's worried about the cold reaction from the Duke. He knows that they're estranged, but he was expected more of a response. He hasn't been able to even get in touch with the king's consort, Terrell the First, the husband. Since last night, he's not been seen. He's been in his quarters, as far as he knows, has not left.
That's weird.
They are running full analysis on the brother in the med bay to try to identify what could have happened, but they are waiting for their top healers to arrive today, because they're going to be arriving for the tournament to be on hand so no one dies, hopefully, because people have died in these melees in the past. And then he has a list of suspects, just based on what he heard last night. Top suspects he has right now are Princess Arana, are Monarch Gale, as well as what's her name? As well as Princess Mazane, the princess from the Simia country. Just based off of attitude, and he says he just puts a note, based on initial debriefs and attitudes presented, these three seem the most detached from the situation, so will require the most looking after to see how they react going forward. But he says it's like too soon to really know because the investigation is just being done underway. Oh, and there is one more person under that. There's one line under that. Also, suspect Queen or Air Regent Adira's reaction was a little abnormal for her to pass out from the trauma of someone she just met. Don't think she's a suspect, but obviously need to keep an eye on her and her situation.
Abigail in chat right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not looking at the chat.
Does Pyro share this with the rest of us?
No.
That's fucked.
In fact, yeah. The next time I see Monarch Gale, I have to talk to him.
I mean, he's in the room.
Oh,
Everyone's in the
okay.
room, minus Knight Commander and Duke, because Duke left and Knight Commander's up top with Deer at the moment.
Yeah, just probably not gonna do it like right away, but like when one is able to get Gale alone.
Okay.
To speak about it.
Yeah, you can pull him aside as soon as everyone starts heading down to here.
Just casually in front of a room of everybody. Actually, I think you're on the list of the suspects. That'd be bad.
Is there anything that the three of you would like to do?
Nam stays true to what their mother told them and stays close to Droxy, but he's been making a list in his head of people he would really like to deal with. So like the king of Simia, he like calculates like, okay, he's on the list, but I can't because I made a promise to my friend. Can't kill mom's sister. It's too soon. apparently, who can I get? Like, he's honestly going into this tournament to try and kill somebody and make it as like, hey,
And
As
the,
much of an
as
accident as
possible.
possible.
I mean, the melee's all barred. If you enter the melee, you are putting your life at risk.
Okay, cool.
Oh fuck.
I enter the melee,
That's why
and
they
this
have
guy
healers on
self
hand.
abso-freaking-lutely.
Perfect.
Are we confined to the castle?
No, you have full. I mean, you can't leave the capital, but you have full reign of the city itself.
Well, if everyone else is done with their meal, I am going to take the opportunity to explore the city itself.
Sounds good. And I will say, like, reason it's not that you can't leave the city. It's just the city itself is very high up in the mountains. There's a whole like thing to even get in and out of the city. So it's less
Yeah,
like
he
once
is
you're in the city, you can't really leave solo. Like you would need a whole contingent type of thing. They're not just confining you here. It's just the way the city's built.
he is going to take the opportunity to start to head out. Because he has been in this castle for a full day and he's already tired of it.
That is fair.
And me in my hotel rooms.
Was there anything specific you're done doing in the city, or are you just kind of just killing time until later?
He is going to find. He's first going to see if he can find a street vendor to get food that is not fancy royal food.
There's vendors everywhere.
Absolutely.
This is a very profitable week for all the market vendors in town. You can literally find any type of food you would like in the city.
All right, he's grabbing a kebab of grilled vegetables, and then he is going to go to a blacksmith.
Okay, perfect, cool. We'll come back to that in a second, and then Dratzi.
Um, I part of me wants to be a bitch and accidentally spill my coffee on my sister.
It's fair.
Just well, it looks like Nam is in approval, but you know what? No, fuck it. I actually don't care about what my mom will say to me. Uh yeah. So yeah, Droxy will get up from their chair and look like they're going to be getting maybe some orange juice or something, or apple juice or something, a little tangy. And just cause some chaos for her sister and accidentally spill it all over her and see how she reacts.
Okay. If you want to try to be like make it look as much of an accident as possible, I will need you to roll me finesse
Yes.
against it'll be a contested roll against their perceive. I'm gonna say your sister has a +1 in this roll.
Okay. That is an 18 and hope is the higher.
That beats a 5. So what does this look like as you grab whatever drink you do and head back to the table?
Yeah, Droxy finishes their coffee and it's like just says to the remaining compatriots at the table, I'm so sorry, I need to take my leave for a moment and just grab another beverage, but I'll be right back. And then on their way back from obtaining the juice, they catch their foot in like the leg of their sister's chair,
Mm-hmm.
and just splash all down the back of the dress.
The room goes silent, and you see your sister's face go beet red.
Oh, dear sister, I'm so sorry. This is so unlike me. I do apologize. Are you okay?
I'm gonna go get changed. I do not want to see you the rest of the day until the tournament, Knight Commander.
Yes, Your Highness.
She gives you the biggest glare and just kind of shoulder checks you as she walks out of the room.
She looks over at Nom and just like,
Awesome.
I just knew Nom was just annoyed that they couldn't kill anybody.
So we'll cut over to as the breakfast breaks up and Pyro was able to pull Monarch Gale away. Yes, Knight Commander, can I help you?
I just wanted to inform you that I'm just gonna pull up the list. I found this list of suspects in my, what are they called?
Debriefs?
Dossiers.
Yeah,
Dossiers?
in my witness statements and stuff
Mhm.
from last night. I don't think I was meant to get my hands on this. But it does say that you are a suspect, not for anything you've done, but just because of your lack of emotion
Hmm.
when everything went down. So you just letting you know that you are being watched.
I guess to a common knight who doesn't know the mental capacity of those who roll to keep their emotions in check, it would list suspects. Thanks for letting me know. I'm not worried. I do not care who's emperor, and it's not my problem. Let me know if you find anything else out, and thanks for letting me know.
Will do.
He pats you on the shoulder and walks off. And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode. But before we do, we cut over to the med bay, where it is very empty right now. There's an office in the corner where the head doctor is at the moment, and we look over to the bed where Prince Regent Erden is still laying unconscious after murdering his father, and we see a window near his bed creak open as a hooded figure approaches the bed, takes out a file and pours something down his throat, and then leaves. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
You can't keep getting away with it. You can't keep ending the episode.
Yes, I can. This is I gotta keep up
This is
the
what she does
shit. Yeah,
every time.
2 for 2.
It's so true. This is how she does.
I can't help it. But with that, we will see you guys next week. Before we leave, let's go around and tell everyone where to find our lovely cast and anything you guys want to promote. We will go in reverse order. So, Casper, now that you are unmasked, you can go first.
Osio. I am Casper, the MB Ghost. You can find me everywhere at Casper Danby Ghost, because no one can spell NB the right way. And yeah, tonight I've played Nam Gosir, the stab happy real boy. And yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays you can find me on Tabletop Titties, and Sundays you can find me here.
Perfect. Amber.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber, also known as the Space Jamber. I am a 3-time Emmy-nominated TTRPG writer, editor, podcaster, and streamer. I am, yeah, listen, kind of like nowhere right now except here in Life of the Apocalypse. You can find me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern playing Urban Shadows. We're playing Thy Kingdom Come, our religious trauma-fueled Urban Shadows game, which is great and we love it. So we definitely don't have a saint that does a lot of cocaine and might have killed some people. So you can find us at Life in the Apocalypse at 8 p.m. Eastern. Otherwise, I'm kind of taking a break from social media right now just for my sanity, and I start a new job tomorrow. So we'll see how that fits in with things. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I hope you have a wonderful night.
Okay.
Howdy, everyone. My name is Javante. You can find me on dominantly Twitter at Javante, where I post random BS that I do. Tomorrow, you can catch me and Paige on ArcLight Court's Twitch, where we're doing a Q&A of our Power Rangers
Oh,
Arcanines.
fuck. That is tomorrow, isn't it?
That is tomorrow. No, we're doing a Q&A on our Arcanites game, which is not going to make me cry. Uh, all of the stuff that I'm doing, I'm going through my list. Thursday, I am going back to running the Changeling game, Nightmares and Fireflies, with my amazing cast and crew, which are awesome. You can find that on my Twitch, twitch.tv/eclipse613. Next Saturday, I am in Death in Space over on. Where is that? I'm in too many things. Is a thing I'm going to say. You catch me at Death in Space over at our our cyberpunk server. And what else am I in? I think that's the oh yeah, no, fucking Tuesdays. I'm in page. I'm still here with our Power Rangers Fae game. I'm in a lot of stuff, guys.
That would
Also, it doesn't
be
stop.
next week for the next
Yeah,
one of that.
Tuesday.
Mhm.
Next Tuesday. And then if you like playing games with me or with me as a DM, I have my Nostalgia Bait channel, which we are currently doing Power Rangers More Phenomenal. And I always accept more people to join in because I have more games in store for that.
Perfect. And Jet.
Yo, what up? I'm Jet, also known as Cos Pingu, all over the internet. Um, um, for streams and stuff, you can find me here on Saturdays, for this Daggerheart game. Sundays. My brain is soup. And you can find me here, every other Tuesday for, Death Was Easy, Page's, Hades inspired, Monster of the Week game. And you can also find me coming up literally next Wednesday on New Rollis's channel for a Masks actual play. I'm in the process of making the graphic for that still, so stay tuned. Is that me? Did I do it all? I always feel like I'm missing something. I think that's it.
Okay. Perfect. And I am Paige, aka Pluto Cleric. You can find me all over the internet at that handle. I am a queer trans woman streamer and game master on a quest to run every game in the known universe. Javante said tomorrow I'll be on Art Light Quartz channel, 9 p.m. Eastern for the talkback for Power Ranger Arcanite, where I swear none of us are gonna cry at all. And then
Wow.
Tuesday we are back with Death Was Easy after our break. I believe we are on episode 4. 10 p.m. Eastern on this channel as we get ready to battle Hypno, as they have all been put to sleep as they entered Asphodel. So we'll see how that goes. But beyond that, just keep an eye on the social media for other games coming up, and have a good week, everyone.